Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room for Tuesday, October the 26th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Quick sound check, please. Thank you, Bob. That means you guys can hear me and you can see my screen. So, well, let's get right at it. BKKT, guys. I hope you guys were in the room yesterday. You know, of course, this was a huge one yesterday, but it got even bigger at the end of the day and after hours. So if you were in the room, I mentioned that this is one that I would consider swinging if it closed well. And so look what it did. This is that candle right there is 330. And you know, all this sort of consolidation area, it was hanging in there. And so at that point, I decided, okay, I think you're closing well. And so I ended up taking that trade just around $26. And then this is the last candle before the market closed. And then this is the after hours action. I took some out around 36. And you can't see right here because our data only goes to 7 o'clock, but the actual data goes, I think, around to 8:30. Bottom line is, I got out, not up here, but right around 51. And then this morning at 48. So what a move, what a move, what a move. If you guys were in the room yesterday, you know what I'm talking about. So traders are circulating that FPAC may be a sympathy play to BKKT. And that is the headline. This is what I'm going to show you here, okay? Trader circulating stock as a play of momentum in digital assets, marketplace, back, etc. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why FPAC is up. So let's keep a close eye on FPAC. Now, Redbox. So SGAM became Redbox today. RDBX. And it's big fade. You know, I was really looking at this one up in this area thinking, wow, wonder if this could be the absolute crazy one today also. Held off a little bit and now it's just fading. So I mean, it got as high as 28.46. So it's almost dropped $10 from the pre-market highs. And again, this was SGAM yesterday. It is now Redbox today. EQOS. Excuse me, EQOS. See if I can see any news on this one. I don't see any news. I mean, they had the news yesterday, rising 10% on the addition of the Polkadot token. Okay, so I guess this is just a huge continuation off yesterday. And I mean huge. Look at this. I mean, look at the volume that came in yesterday. This is yesterday's daily candle. And now it is taken all of this out. This is a Swiss. Sorry, Hong Kong. Sorry. My eyes are blurry. I thought that was a Red Cross. Yeah, so this is a massive gap again. This is even bigger than yesterday's gap. So this is EQOS, probably a low float, 30 million in the float. CCNC. I don't think I saw any news on this one. CCNC gapped up. This is a small one, code chain. So it's, obviously well, I shouldn't say obviously. Let me just check the profile. Nothing like being, so coal wholesales and mobile gaming development, okay? Electronic token services, okay. So forget the coal wholesales. You think news is getting bigger? I saw like a lot of those flyers from yesterday, like the SONM, Mark. I thought I saw news also. It did have a little pop after hours. But a little bit of a fade today so far. Lots of volume too. AGC, another SPAC. AGC, I'm sorry, not a SPAC. It is a SPAC, sorry. AGC, another SPAC. Man, these SPACs are alive. Well, so this was on the 22nd. Will Mead with a $15 price target. This was on the 22nd. So that price target's been hit. OLB, a little bit of a pop here after it's sunk for a few days. OLB. Again, okay, so OLB announces the launch of 5 Bitcoin data centers. Okay, but this, I think that was similar news up here, but it's faded the last 5 days. A little bit of a pop. Low float, 4.4 million in the float. Perry is an earnings play. P-E-R-I. P-E-R-I is an earnings play. Nice gap up. Actually, great gap up. It's holding. Let's make sure it's not a buyout. No. Okay, so this is again, it's an earning play. Great gap up here. Looking left on the monthly chart, man, the next high looking left is 28.32. So there's some room for this one to run if it wants to. BRPM, BRPM. Another SPAC. Big day yesterday. And the day continues. The problem with yesterday is that it got up to 12.33. There's a dollar sell-off, but it was a pretty wild day. You can see, look at that bottoming tail, topping tail. And this is, I don't know what Phase Clan Public is, or Phase Clan, but FAZE, they're going to take FAZE Clan Public. So that's who they're merging with. I'm hearing Xerox. Xerox on the way down. XRX on the way down. Is this an earnings play? Yes, it's an earnings play. October 26th pre-market. So Xerox is taking a bit of a header on earnings. XRX. And WBX. Now, some kind of a deal, this is a German company, some kind of a deal with Uber. Man, I saw this one right here. Oh, brother. Slept on it. OCGN. Haven't seen this one for a while, but it's popping this morning. OCGN. I think this is that... This is his India COVID play. OCGN, great gap up, man, a great gap up. Look at this, taking all this out, all this on the daily chart, leaving it all behind. And it's not a low float. And the last thing I saw just as I was opening the room was Glow, GLW, GLW. And this is an earnings play. GLW is an earnings play. So coming into a critical area to try to hold. What are we at? 36.44, 36.74. So this area right here on the daily chart, around 36.37, critical area for to try to hold. I'm hearing Tiger. Text to voice, I'm hearing Tiger. Okay, so they are being bought by who? Okay, so they're trading higher. That is received approval to complete the acquisition of Ocean Joy Securities. So this is an acquisition play right now at Tiger, T-I-G-R. All right, let me just take a look and see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning from briefing.com. All right, not too many of each. A few more downgrades and upgrades. Let me get them in now. This is from briefing.com. Facebook being upgraded. Excuse me, there are the upgrades. I've got the downgrades in now. All right, there are some of the upgrades, some of the downgrades from briefing.com this morning. All right, let's take a look at the sectors, the major sectors, see what they're doing this morning. Markets in for a positive open to begin. Here's our sector status window. All right, so at a glance, virtually everything is up except for utilities, which is typical when the market's up. Utilities are usually soft. But so what you're seeing here, these are the major sectors. These are the stocks that make up the major sectors. So for instance, XLE, that's the energy ETF. These are the stocks that make up that energy ETF. 100% of them are up from yesterday's close. That's what that 100 means. So technology, 86%, communication, 75%, etc. So there's really not what you would call a weak sector. Maybe, again, utilities typically are softer when the market's up. So we're in for a pretty decent open if you're looking for stocks to be gapping up on the open. Of course, this can all change once the market opens. Okay, and let's just take a quick look at DWAC to see what it's doing, DWAC. It's been more of a trading vehicle the last couple of days. You know, up, down, up, down, up, down, if you've been able to time it correctly, but it's certainly not the big mover on the positive side anyway. Okay, and I'm just watching a BKKT. Maybe this is going to hold. I'm completely out of it now, okay, guys? I'm completely out of it. It's an awesome trade. Again, a very low float, 38 million in the float. Yeah, Tiger is still inching its way up on that acquisition news. My feeling on this one is a fade eventually. Okay, give me one moment, please. That is quite the run, you know, for Redbox, the old SGM of yesterday. A lot of times you don't see something like this happen. You know, they have the acquisition news. You know they're going to be changing symbols the next day, but that's a big gap. So, I mean, if you had kind of guessed that this was going to happen by buying SCAM yesterday, you were going to be very, very happy this morning. Remember yesterday we had this Redu, R-E-D-U, China education stock. Went a little bit crazy, got all the way up to $1.86. Kersplat. Look at this. See a lot of these, man. One day wonders. Boy, Xerox in trouble. XRX. Boy, if it doesn't... What was the area I was thinking if it didn't hold? Not very much volume, only 69,000 shares. It is an earnings play. But boy, what a gap down here on the daily chart. The weekly chart doesn't look like it's got anything near term that's going to hold it up. This is back in, okay, this is earlier this year. This is January of this year. There's a low right there of 1979, I think. 1979, so it's right at that level. The year's low? No, this is, what am I saying? Is that right? Yeah, January of this year. So it's right at those levels, the beginning of the year. Morning, Dak. This is another one. Is this another SPAC? Maybe not. No. Oh, sorry, I missed this one for some reason. ROIV. ROIV. Is there news on this one? Initiates coverage. All right, so we've got some analysts coming in. Yeah, we've got a bunch of analysts coming in and upgrading this one. Truist, Cowen, Jefferies. One of them has a $15 price target. Jefferies only a $10 price target. I don't know if that's the only news on this one. At any rate, this is a nice gap up for it. Big volume, big float though. All right, so the SPY is still holding. We have these bottoming tails. They may mean something later on. This is I saw this reel, R-E-A-L. Reel had an upgrade, and this upgrade is obviously affecting it. I don't see any other news on reel, so they had an upgrade. Coming into, that 14 area, looks like a pretty decent resistance. Mogo, okay. A green, so not using that much energy, okay. So much for that. Gets up to 758, comes all the way back down to 570, man. I think they're out of Vancouver. Yeah. Another one that's hitting my scanner right now, MYOV, another earnings play, gapping down. Look at this. I mean, look at that, 1975. So it's wiping out all of this right now. And it is an earnings play. Choppy looking on the weekly chart. Looks like could be some support, around that 19 level for MYOV. Is it time to put this one to bed? HX, another gap down, a little bit of a gap down again. How's the HUDI doing? HUDI? Well, keep an eye on it. I mean, my goodness, it got up to 23. It sold off, closed down around 17. So it's just a little bit below where it closed yesterday. Yeah, stick an alert around 17. See if it comes back up to 17 and moves from there. One minute. Is that you, William, telling me there's 1 minute? Yes, thank you. Okay, guys, yeah, less than a minute, before the market opens. Have a great trading day, everybody. Yesterday was incredibly exciting with that BKKT. And we are going to be open in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open. Here we go. And I typically do not trade in the first 15 minutes, let things settle down a little bit. I'm going to miss the ones that just run right from the beginning. I know that, but like the WBX, my goodness, did that have any? Yeah, it did actually pull back. I pulled back a lot. Wow, up to 39, back down to 25. All right, okay, Tiger is still on the move. TIGR is still on the move. DraftKings on the move. DKNG. DraftKings got up to $52, pre-market 53, pulled back. Boy, lots of action. Oh. Well, there's the BRPM on the, I mean, it's just screaming higher right now. But it's early. There's the Mogo. And okay, Redbox just got halted on the way up. RDBX just got halted on the way up. So this could be really, really interesting for the balance of today. I mean, I got up to $28, pulled down to 20. And BKKT just got halted on the way down, I bet. Yeah, on the way down. This was not shortable for me. Now look at Lucid and now BE from yesterday. BE just took out yesterday's high. All right, this was an AI alert from yesterday. BE took out yesterday's high. Briefly, anyway. Now Perry on the move, earnings play, PERI. Right off the bat here. So again, this one has really not that much resistance. The monthly chart looks like the high, next high looks like it's around 28.32. So it's about $2 away from that. I think that's going to be the same on the weekly. Yeah, so there's still room for this one to run if it wants to before it hits the next high looking left. Market is still holding its gains. Dow's up, SPY's up, NAS is up. Yeah, because it's brand new, I don't know what the float is. I really don't know. If you're looking at other places, yeah, because it's a brand new listing today as Redbox, I don't know what the float is. All right, now Xerox on the way down. Xerox on the way down here. XRX. Yeah, well, usually, the first day of a symbol, usually, I find there are no shorts available. All right, PHUN is moving down. Okay, I saw this one moving up. Okay, let's put this one to bed here. I mean, PHUN. All right, OCGN on the move here, guys. I think it had a little bit, yeah, look at this though. Look at this bottoming tail way down here. 10.30, now it's popped back up $1. Again, India virus play, OCGN. XPDI on the move, SPAC on the move, XPDI. Yeah, lots of action in the first 15 minutes. ROIV, nerdy, NRDI. Okay, let's take a look at this one, NRDY. It is nerdy. Keep an eye on this one, guys. It's an all-time low right now. It's showing up on my both my gap down and my 10-day gap down scanner. Let's see if it takes out 8. This is an all-time low now. Of course, this looks like I don't know if there's an IPO. I think this is probably, yeah, I think this was probably a SPAC. Became nerdy last month. Oh, I have no idea, Aaron, about institutional buyers or anything like that. WBX is halted. WBX is halted. Now, OCGN is, again, it's early, but it's flying right now. OCGN. Pre-market highs were 12.30 or so. Trading in anticipation of a key meeting of the WHO Technical Advisory Group, whether to grant emergency use for its COVID vaccine with its Indian partner. Well, guys, there's Hudi, H-U-D-I, H-U-D-I. So it's above, it's not, of course, above the topping tail, but it's above the body of yesterday's candle. And look at, man, what a run. Big spread right now. What a run, guys. Oh, I wonder if this is going to get halted. This has halt written all over it, H-U-D-I. Yeah, not quite. There it is. There it is. There's the halt. All right, LiDAR. Okay, so I call this an EV play. LIDR, LIDR. Didn't see this in the pre-market really. I don't know why. Certainly had the gap. Maybe the volume, but the volume looks good. At any rate, LIDR. All right, WBX just resumed, and did it resume on the way up? Not exactly, no, it didn't. Now, keep an eye on this level right here where it got halted at 27.60 or so. If it takes that out, 27.50, if it takes that out, that could get it running again. I'm going to stick an alert up here around 27.60, 27.42-ish. I want to see if it takes that out again. This, of course, is very, very, very erratic right now. It's not shortable for me at Interactive Brokers. Looks like it's going to halt again. And there it is. There's the halt on the way down for WBX. I know some of you are watching Pinterest, P-I-N-S. Big candles so far. Big red candles so far. Not quite at yesterday's low. All right, and I'll of course be waiting to see what happens in my option scanner today. Yesterday I had a great day in the option scanner. Nothing coming in yet. FTCV, SPAC on the move a little bit. Sorry, where are you? FTCV. Let's see, so Redbox got halted. I'm sorry, resumed, sorry. Redbox resumed. All right, so what's the SPY doing? So the SPY held its gains. First candle so far, green. And 3 minutes left for that candle to close. All right, another halt here, MCAD, MCAD. Another halt here, MCAD. Another, boy, the SPACs, guys. We're back into SPAC land. Wow. Who are they looking to take over? Or this just launched yesterday, I guess, or a couple of days ago, or yesterday, I guess. So this just launched as a SPAC yesterday. RDBX just got halted on the way up. Might be out of the price range, that's all. TWO, let me see. Well, I don't know why you would see it there. To me, well, what we have here anyway is only 183 contracts today. And only 15%. So this would never show up in my option scanner. But Mogo just showed up. Mogo just showed up. Meanwhile, I'm hearing SHPW. This was a flyer from, I don't think, was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah. Actually, it was about 4 days ago. SHPW, 3-day fall, alive again. Are you talking about the options play magic, or are you talking about my unusually strong options volume, Alan? Because, yeah, well then there's something wrong, because there's no way the TWO should be showing up. The option volume, number one, is very low. My minimum is 2,000 contracts. It's only 186. And my option volume today, percent has to be 300%. And what was the other one? SWN? So yeah, again, it's light in both. So I don't know what's going on. I'll load it and see, but certainly the only one that has shown up in mine is MOGO, M-O-G-O. And this SHPW just got halted, yes. Definitely keep an eye on the MOGO, guys. I mean, it's exactly the price range. It's breaking out. There's not too much resistance nearby. That is from my option scanner. I'm not telling you to take the trade, just telling you to keep a close eye on it. See if it gets back over that 6 again. Sorry, 6 again. Boy, both, remember Mark yesterday and of course PHUN right now, just big collapse. Okay, I'm going to load that one. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, so there's something going on. You're absolutely right. Wait a minute. Yeah, it looks like yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have no explanation for it because in our single stock window, so there's a discrepancy between the contracts. So I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. I put a 10-minute delay, okay? Ha, now I know, I'm sorry. I put a 10-minute delay on my option scanner on purpose, okay? That's what's going on. So the delay is to let things settle down a little bit, okay? So that's why, yeah, LIDR just got halted. So that's why I'm not seeing anything until at least 9:40 in my scan. You don't have to do the same. But that's the reason. All right, so I'm putting my alert up here for MOGO, back up here around 619-ish. Romeo EV play on the way down here, all-time low just about, 0.5%, just above the all-time low. Actually, I'll bet you it's right over here. Yeah, so now I think this is an all-time low right here. Whoa, DWAC, yeah, DWAC. Bloom off. All right, SHPW just resumed. Ton of like so many halts already this morning. Halts resumes, halt resumes. Look at this one go. SHPW. Here's another one on the move, guys. STEM coming maybe into some resistance. 24.77. So that's the next high looking left. 24.91. So 25 may stall it. Is this shortable? This is shortable for me. So this may stall it right around that 25 mark. I don't see any specific news on it. Not seeing any, as Benzinga is saying, not seeing any company specific news for it. It's not a low float, 106 million in the float. So this could easily stall right around here, right around that 25 level. For those of you liking to short. Man, that's a big sell-off for that DWAC. It hit 95, it has dropped $20 now. Laser on the move here, LAZR, so the EV plays are just firing today. Of course, Tesla has a lot to do with it. Whether you like Tesla or not. Now, except for this EV play, Romeo not doing well at all. RMO, all-time low now. Another one that got halted was another problem. I'm sure this is a SPAC. Oh, no, it isn't. So Babylon, sorry, it's not a SPAC, BBLN. Guess this is an IPO, either an IPO or a SPAC merger right here, BBLN. Another, LIDAR just, man, LIDR just resumed. This one is BBLN. What is it looking like it could open at? Another one that's just about an all-time low is HUMA, Huma site. Just watching some of these early movers here. We're almost a half an hour into the market. A little disappointed in the Mogo. I was hoping that it would hold over over 6. A little bit longer, give us a good solid entry. Just didn't do it. Because I mean, I thought if it held over 6, traders might be looking at these pre-market highs of 750, bit of a magnet. Not to be. Okay, FTCV trying to hold 11. All right, this one has a little bit of room. SBLK on the short side. Look left, down here, around 20 holds it, maybe. It's at 2085, so it's got a little bit of room on the downside for SBLK if you're looking to short. Showing up on my 10-day daily breakdown plus the gap down. Sorry, it is not showing up in my gap down. The 10-day daily breakdown, yes. It's a big time collapse of BKKT. Okay, BBLN just opened. BBLN just opened. So it had a mini pop, but now the drop. So the only way I play these is if it takes out the high of where it got halted, which was looks like around 1240. I'm going to put an alert around 1254. That's where it got halted. See if it takes that out. Well, it did, but it was a little too quick. Wow. Can I say the word? Sugar. My premise was great. Put the alert at the high of that candle where it got halted, but it just went too quickly. All right, well, that is a big miss. Halted again, of course. All right, give me a moment, please. I'll be right back. Boy, this is the day the halts resumes. I mean, similar stocks, of course, not all different stocks, but look at all the halts resumed so far this morning. Again, we're going to have similarities, but what did Hootie end up doing? See that? I mean, look at that. Gap up, 1840, right back down to 16. All right, at last, things have settled down just a little bit here. Now, let's see if we can get some slightly better setups rather than things just whipping up and down. Another EV play, FREY. Ooh, hate to hear that, Solomon. I hate to hear anything destroying, because that means you didn't have a stop, obviously. Another EV play, Velador. or Villadine, sorry. All I'm waiting for now are some, well, I'm actually really waiting for something coming in my option scan. I want to see if that's what happens with that one today. Okay, I don't know this one. BULZ. I don't think I've seen that one before. This is looks like okay, an IPO a couple of days ago. Bank of Montreal. What? What? Okay, I have no idea what this means. No idea. BULZ. No idea. That's what it is? Okay, I've not seen it before. I mean, I'm just kind of confused when it says Bank of Montreal. No, no news, no profile. Anyway. Another, okay, MCAD just opened. MCAD just opened. Terrible spread right now, 1206, 1240. Boy, boy, the SPACs are, I mean, I know I'm a broken record, but look at all these SPACs that are showing up now. BTWN, another one. I mean, they're erratic as all get out, but they're just showing up on my scanners. And I know it showed up on my, option scanner, BTWN. Here's the high of the pre-market was 1038. Yeah, PHUN is just sinking, going back to where it should go. You're right, it is shortable. Lots of shorts available, actually. I'm surprised. At Interactive Brokers. Just put a DWAC chart right beside it, and you'll see they're doing the same thing. All right, let's take a look at my watch list, see if anything's shaking. 2717, wow, 2717. This is an earnings play for Perry, P-E-R-I, SHPW, 1001. What did it get up to? So, well, I mean, it got up to 1030. Not bad, but didn't hold. Many more on the downside. There's the Fund, the Mark, the Grom, the CRTD. All these ones were flying high yesterday. I don't remember the NXTP yesterday so much, but all of these ones were all flying high yesterday except for the NXTP. Okay, stem is still moving here over 25. Again, the resistance is about $1 away. The potential resistance is about $1 away for stem. I don't see any specific news on it. It's just moving. EDR. Okay, this was a. I'm just looking to see if I can see any specific reason for this one. I don't see any specific reason for EDR. All right, guys, Perry on the move here. Again, it's an earnings play, so it should be active most of the day. We're getting into 28.32 is the next high looking left, so it's getting closer to that monthly high for Perry. Oh, I see I see them, Sam. I see the DWAC. It's all thumbnail. I have a lot of these are thumbnail on my other monitor. DXF. Yeah, I don't know anything about this one. 3.9 million in the float, so I'm trying to see if there's any specific news on it. I'm missing it. AGC. I know it's from my option scanner. I don't want to chase it right now. I want to see if it pulls back, maybe at that 1421-ish area. Man, I've got the case of the overactive scanners right now. I mean, they are really firing. A little distracting. I almost have to turn off my sound alerts. But the theme is definitely EV. There's VLDR, there's... but what is STEM doing and why? I'm not sure, Gordon. I don't use the VWAP alert in the pre-market. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's one of those on the list that doesn't work in the pre-market. No, because it's not customizable. So no, you cannot see what's behind the curtain in the for the settings for the Market Explorer scans. Yeah, there is a pullback for AGC, but man, I want to take it if it gets, well, I want to really look hard at it if it gets back over 1421. Too many of these, all these SPACs are going, unless there's really specific news. Man, I'm just missing out on this stem though. Oh. Is there an EV ETF? I'm not sure. You know, do a search, do a Google search, see if there's an ETF for the EV sector. I'm not aware of one. Doesn't mean there isn't one. There you go, Drive, DR. That's right, I do remember that now, DRIV. So there you go. Okay, VLD guys. Now this is another EV play. Now it's over 10. Okay, over 10. Big area for it to get over. It's not showing up in terms of an alert, WKHS. All right, I'm watching this VLD to see how well it holds 10. There's that star bulk continues down, SVLK. Not in this one, I should have been, but I'm not. I'm really interested in the VLD. Oh, it's a printing plate, sorry, okay. For some reason I thought it was, I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. For some reason I thought it was, when I saw Velo, like a Velodyne, so I'm sorry. Well, I'm still interested in it. Okay, so this one just got halted again. MC, no. So, oh, sorry, I'm way behind. I scrolled down. So BBLNE got halted now on the way down. This was my miss right there. 1260. What did I get up to? Oh man, 16. Okay, I know this showed up on my option scanner. However, what do we see here? 754, we see 759, so there's a little 727. Could be some resistance nearby. I said this yesterday about a couple, and of course it blew right through what I would have considered maybe some resistance levels. Okay, so I am interested though, but look, you're taking it straight up. So can it base a little bit, VLDR? Okay, guys, I was watching BKKT. BKKT maybe found a base right around here. Resistance around 35-ish, so let's see if it gets over 30. If it gets over 30, it could have a little bit of run to that 34 area. All right, this is a double I, double N. Double I, double N. Okay, OCGN, guys. A lot of excitement about this one. I guess tomorrow, big conference. When is that meeting? Trading higher, anticipation of a key meeting of the WHO Technical Advisory Group on whether to grant emergency use of approval for COVID-19 vaccine of their partner, India-based Bharat Biotech. So that's that, we're just kind of waiting on that, I guess. So I'm watching OCGN, see if it gets back over 13 and runs from there. I mean, it's all speculative, like most things, but this is pretty speculative. Ha! $250 target from Roth. Okay, well, there's your pullback for Hootie. All right, guys, man, what a morning. I mean, it's been so active. I really haven't done much. I'm kind of waiting. The Mogo was my number one focus at the beginning. It just didn't do it. And I see LIDR is showing up now, my option scanner. Oh man, did it move? 701 on the, I didn't get it in time. 701. Was a alert at 1022. Great percentage move so far. Well, first of all, if you're new to the room, welcome to the room. This is the format, Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Sharing my screen live on the mic. We've got a great promotion on right now, 25% off. Meanwhile, Santa Maria. LIDR just ripping here. Just got halted. Just got halted. Okay, I'm just putting a couple of links in. I'm going to go over my home page. All right. So if you click on my homepage link, first of all, there's the promo code. You can use Test Drive 25. I'm going to click on my homepage link. If you're in the main trading room, this tab up here, Barry's homepage, that's available, of course, all day long. There is my link to my homepage. And this is what you'll see. Oh man, LIDR, that's my huge miss. Huge miss. Just about it's all set to take it. There it was, 701, 773 right now. Great percentage move. Anyway, there'll be another one. So here we are, Test Drive 25% off the first month only or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. You click on Get Trade Ideas. This is what you'll see. We have an annual and a monthly for premium and standard. So premium is $22.68 a year minus that 25%. The standard is $10.68 a year minus the 25%. That works out to, I think, that's about $4 a day, and this is about $2 a day, okay, with the 25%. The big difference between premium and standard, I'm going to go over that in a bit. Nothing really shaking from the AI today, but that is the big difference. Now, you don't have to have an annual plan. In fact, if you don't know this program, this is my recommendation. You want to try us out? Try us out for a month. Standard, 118, less the 25%, or the premium, 228, less the 25%. If within 30 days you decide you love the program and you want to upgrade to an annual, you can do so and we'll honor the 25% promo code. Okay? So I think the best thing is just to, take a look, try us out for a month. And again, if you don't like it, no problem. You just unsubscribe. Okay, Hootie, right back up, guys. Right back up after that pullback. So, more information on my homepage. You get the trade of these are 3 free sections. The trade of the week, sent to you before the market opens every Monday morning. Stock of the day video that I do at noon Eastern, and all the education. We have a new user guide, very well organized. Here are the major sections, but we also have a full table of contents, which is searchable. So we've got a great user guide now. If you're starting out though, this is what I would do. I would take a look at the 20 introductory lessons, okay? And it goes over things like creating top lists, alert windows, all the way down to the AI and Brokerage Plus. So take a look at those lessons. That'll get you started. Daily support. So today is Tuesday in our YouTube room. I take a break at around noon, and Michael Noss will be there between 12 and 1. He is definitely way more of an expert on using this window we call Brokerage Plus. Okay, and I'm going to go over Brokerage Plus in a little bit, but he's way more of an expert in using it. So when I take my break, I'll put the YouTube link in so you can head over there between 12 and 1. Daily webinars. I think we're back. I think there is one today. I'm not sure if there's one today. I'm not sure. We're on a Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday cycle now. But if you sign up for them all right here, you'll get notified. Back to basics. Michael Noss, again, put this together. Great introduction to trading. Okay, starts off with what is a stock? These are all free. And also, my scans, Barry's layout, okay, right here. So this is an example of a layout. Is the one you see, it's very much looking like this one. It's a little bit different, just formatting wise, but it's essentially the same. And of course here, moving higher with unusually strong options, the one I love, but I've got a lot of other scans that I'm sharing. These are the 4 that I use in the pre-market. Gap up, gap down shared, pre-market act is up and down. Okay, these are the 4 I use in the pre-market. A lot of information here, so I always say it like this, save my link. Save my link, a lot of information here, so if you save my link, you can look at my scans and all the education whenever you want. Okay? Well, Hootie's been a challenge. Give me a moment here. Oh man, the LiDAR. Well, if you took it, tremendous run. I mean, look at this. There's the candle where the alert happened. That's on the 2-minute, on the 15, on the 5. The alert happened at 7:01. It's plenty of time. I mean, you could have got in. You know, I mean, you wouldn't maybe got in at 7:01, but you know, it got halted, got all the way up to 1863. So wow, what a great one from the scanner. All right, so what is Trade Ideas? We're a scanner, that's what we do. We scan the US stock market. Doesn't matter where you live in the world or who your broker is, you can use Trade Ideas. Now, if you want to build your own scans, as an example, this is an example of a scan that I built. You always start off with filters. These are filters. All right, so in this particular scan, I'm looking for stocks between $1 and $20. Current volume is 8. In other words, it's trading 8 times normal. 400,000 shares minimum, etc. You always start off with filters, get that universe of stocks down to a manageable number. Then if a stock makes a new high or a new low, I get a real-time alert. That's why I'm seeing these stocks today. So that's an example of a scan that you can, and of course you can build your own scans. We don't force you to learn a programming language. You right click, configure, search, and you'll see these are all of the alerts that we have. And if you scroll down to, when you see these icons, these are the filters that we have. You don't have to learn them all. Okay, what we've done is we've tried to create enough alerts and filters that for the majority of our customers, they can combine them to give them the type of scan they're looking for if they want to build their own scans. I keep saying it like that because, I know a lot of you don't want to build your own scans. So that's why, number one, I have created a lot of scans that you can take a look at, but we also have many, many, many scans from our channel bar. So if you click on New, Doc Channel Bar, these are all themed, these are all layouts and they're all themed. So for instance, if I click on the momentum channel, this is what I'm going to see. So here's, oh, good grief. So for instance, here's a momentum scanner right here. If you wanted this one, you just save it to the cloud. Okay. You can take a look to see what the filters are. Okay, you can see what this one is looking for. You can always make an adjustment. If you wanted a different price range, between 10 and 100, you just make the change. I'm just going over this really quickly just to show you that, we create a lot of scans for you already. So if you didn't want to make your own scan from scratch, you can always take some of these scans and then kind of customize them to how you like to trade. So you would just save this to the cloud. You go on to the next channel, or another channel, not necessarily the next channel, but another channel. And you look at this, and this says stock surging. And it says, this one says the action is heating up right now. You might like that one. Save it to the cloud. So all I'm trying to demonstrate here is that all these different layouts, all these channels have got some scans in them. You can take them and you can save them to the cloud, and then you can bring them back one by one. File, load from cloud. And if you'd save them, you would see them. And you just highlight it, load, highlight, load, highlight, load, thereby creating your own layout without having known how to build a scan in the first place. Okay? So again, if you don't want to build your own scans, I'm sharing a lot of my scans, and then there are a lot of scans in that channel bar. So Keith, have you looked at the video? So did you see this one, creating a doc? Okay, well, I mean, if I took out a free-floating window, okay, like SPACs on the move, as an example, that was something from. So all you do is you have to create your doc window, give it a name, okay, and then duplicate into it. Okay, so you create a doc window, give it a name. And that video goes over that for sure. And then you take your free floating window and tell it where you want to do it. Duplicate into, and if you give it a name, you just pick the name and it'll go in there. Okay? Meanwhile, remember yesterday, BE, my namesake, BE. Over yesterday's high again. I think it dipped down below and then it came right back up. Of course, wow, lighter. Where are you now? I'm afraid to look where lighter is. So lighter got up to wow, 9 something. There's a $2 move for a $7 stock. Okay. Perry, wow, Perry. I mean, this was what a great earnings play. Now I think it's coming into some kind of resistance right here on the monthly chart. 28.32. You know, it takes that out. I mean, it can keep running. It's a great earnings play. Morning, Thomas. All right, kind of keeping a little bit of an eye on the hoodie and just see if it gets back into the 1850s or so. All right, OCGN. OCGN is back over 13. Got up to 1316. Again, this is, I don't know when that conference is. That's the problem. You know, whether or not they okay the vaccine. I don't know when that is. So you got to be careful because this is, you know, it's obviously speculative. People are assuming that it's going to be okayed. Meanwhile, I mentioned this double I, double N earlier, and it's, I don't know why it's going, but oh, I can see signs enters Europe, signs strategic agreement with WAAS Group for development of 1040 art systems in Spain and Portugal. So it is a medical equipment. Wow. Look at this go. 5 million in the float. Israeli company. IINN. Doesn't trade options, so it's not on my option scanner. Yeah, well, the LiDAR, see what you said there, Mike. So how did FRXX go? Now, I have a bit of a bias against the ones under 5. I know I keep saying that, so why do I have it in there? But I kept it. I kept them in. This is in my option scanner. Of course, we had a couple yesterday that just ripped. All right, guys, the OCGN. Looking tasty again. Look at this, holding 13. I think this is another SPAC. Boy, lots of SPACs showing up in my Red Ball Acquisition Core. A lot of SPACs showing up in my option scanner. There's another earnings play, guys. GPK. Another earnings play. Meanwhile, double N keeps moving higher here. Where is there any resistance? So the next high I see on the daily chart looks like around 398. I see, Zach, you were talking about my size, MYZ. Got halted. Well, IINN on a mission here. I did not take this one. 5 million in the float. I did not take this one. There is news. I mean, it says they signed a strategic agreement with WAAS Group for development of some kind of a medical equipment. There's your news for it. And we have the news here too. All I have to do is search sometimes. Hint. And it just got halted again. Or maybe for the first time. Okay, OCGN did not hold 13. I was definitely had an itchy trigger finger on that one. I was thinking maybe getting in it right there, but again, this is pretty speculative. Okay, you're really banking on the fact that we're going to get the go ahead. I mean, obviously, people are thinking that's what's going to happen. Up 37%. It's a big float. So, you know, for a stock to move 37% with 194 million in the float, that is a big move. Yeah, Hootie is had the nice little pop, but then it just gave it up. Had the pop right up here. It looked like, okay, maybe on the way, but is now negative. It's kind of like yesterday. You see exactly what it did yesterday, topping tail. But let's see if it recovers later on. But I thought they were partnering with with Bharat in India. I thought that was the big deal. Unless I'm reading it wrong. I'm talking about the OCGN. I mean, it's an India play, nothing to do with Canada and the United States. Okay, so look at this. That's why I was saying it's very speculative. You know, the bets were being placed kind of ahead of time, thinking they get the approval. But that is what kept me out of it. Wow. This is just getting thumped. DWAC. Look at this, down 20% now. Just getting thumped. What's the low over here? 67.96, so it's below the low of 2 days ago even. The bloom is sort of off. Not sort of. All right, Hootie, are you going to get back into the 17s? Okay, again, let's just revisit the news. Trading higher in anticipation of a key meeting of the WHO Technical Advisory Group on whether to grant emergency use approval of the COVID-19 vaccine for their partner in India, Bharat Biotech. So, I mean, that's the news. So, it doesn't look good. Yeah, understand. I'm not trying to pump this thing. I'm just that was the news, and that's why people bought into it this morning. But that is a big drop. It's almost as if, you know what, no go. Meanwhile, the market is, wow, strong, strong, strong. Look at this. We had a pop in the pre-market, and it has not given up anything yet. Okay, it just opened. OCGN just opened. That is not shortable for me at Interactive Brokers, so I couldn't do it if I wanted to. But it's just getting, it's almost as if the decision has come. It's just getting absolutely thumped here. All right, guys, I'm just keep an eye on the BKKT, okay? It is starting to base, not too badly here. That's what I said here, though. It looked like it was trying to come off that area here, and it still dipped a little bit. But, I mean, this was such a high flyer yesterday. For all the reasons why I did this, they're still there. Meanwhile, the one I'm not in, double I, double N, just came out of its halt. What a great percentage move for those of you who took it. All right, so now you got to trade these. Now Lighter's on the way down. You just got halted on the way down. You got to trade these. Can't expect they're going to just keep going up forever. All right, guys. Just kind of biding my time now. A lot of the high flyers earlier on, Redbox, RDBX, man, I mean, that got up to almost $30, cut in half. down to 15. You've got to trade them. Like, you've got to trade them. Look at this big red candle now for double I, double N. You can't assume they're just going to keep moving higher. Somebody mentioned, I just mentioning, I think Zach mentioned KULR also. Yeah, lots of volume coming in, a lot of volume. KULR, not a low float, but a lot of volume just coming into KULR. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm hearing, just wandered away from my computer for a bit. I'm hearing SQL over and over and over again, SQL. And I don't think I've ever seen this one before. Can't believe this was an IPO here, but maybe it was, maybe a super cheap one, or a symbol name change. A couple of months ago. SQL. You're welcome, Life Double. So when we look left here, what do we see? We see 583 or so as the high. 580, so there's your high. Let's see if there's any specific news about it. I don't see anything. I don't even know what they do. Analytical laboratory, okay, profile. Yeah, so this looks like a, wow, very cheap IPO. Super cheap. Alright guys, I'm just kind of looking at some of my original option scans, and you know, other than, quite frankly, other than LIDR, which was, you know, fantastic from 7 to 9 something, nothing else really moved that well. Take a look at ADMA. Did it do anything? ADMA? So ADMA is inching its way up, but I just don't think there's going to be enough room. $1.41. A lot of volume, but it's a big float. 125 million for a $1.40 stock. That is a big float. All right, guys. Well, things have finally settled down a little bit here. The Starboat continues down. SBLK, that was an early alert. Looks like, again, at 20 level, looks like pretty decent support for it. SBLK. Early alert on the short side. Well, Dak, there's your MYSC. Some rippage here for it. Visitor news are after the company announced the contract from Dockers in Turkey. Okay, so there is some news on it. Can it hold 2? What is the next high looking left in the weekly chart? That is 2 right there, so it's above that high. Meanwhile, KC, not with the Sunshine Band. KC is moving down here. So what do we have here? We have 2570 is the next low looking left. So it's got a little bit of room till it hits that low. KC on the way down. Wow, OCGN just is getting thumped here, guys. I hope nobody got nailed in that one. I'm just trying to see now if there is some news. Wow. I mean, again, here's more news about this thing with Bharat. Doesn't look good. The MYSC is moving off that 2 level, guys. Off the 2 level. Nice. There's a 10% move right off that 2, over a 10% move off that 2 level. Again, guys, easy come, easy go. I mean, there's the double I, double N. Big, big percentage move up. Just got halted. It just resumed. Got to trade these. Boy, you know, yeah, I was so close to taking this OCGN. Looked like it was basing nicely over 13. Right about here. You know, look, okay, it's holding 13. It had a ton of room. And then, you know, boom. Well, KC continues down here. Again, I mean, if it takes this out, this level right there, just underneath 26, there's really no support until about 24. I don't know what's going on with it. But it's had, this is the third day down now. So $32 stock 3 days ago. 26 now. Well, trade 55. There could be some leakage or something. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you exactly why it's going down, but you know, it's a big sell-off. Big sell-off. I mean, it popped up on the news. Maybe it'll get an acceptance with the partner, etc. I mean, listen, I don't know the complete ins and outs of it, but obviously, it almost looks like there's something being leaked, saying, you know what, they're not going to get it. That's all I can say. I mean, that is a big, you know, after kind of basing nicely for a while. I mean, it's just a big, big, big sell-off. Yeah, I just think it's a general IB play. Yeah, I mean, there were some analysts all over it with LiDAR. I see Roth put a $15 price target on it. So it might just be, I mean, I'm looking here. There are some analysts that are into it. Oh, it's a nasty drop, but it was a fantastic pop. You know, again, I keep saying it, you've got to trade them. Can't expect these things to go up. Parabolic move like that. You know, from the alert, you know, in my option scanner, I mean, it was at $7 up to 9.21. I mean, that's it's an unreal in such a short period of time. I mean, that is a massive percentage gain in a short period of time. So this is what I'm talking about. Roth. That was on Monday, initiating a $15 price target. Again, does that mean it's going to 15? Of course not. Another earnings play, guys. CAJ, sorry, through the 200-day moving average. Didn't really see this one in the pre-market. I don't know, maybe it didn't have enough volume or something. Wasn't meeting my scanner requirement. But it is on the way down. Also, CAJ. Man, I wish there had been shorts available for that red box. RDBX. This was SJAM yesterday, so that was a SPAC. It became... Yeah, maybe that happened yesterday. Anyway, red box. All the way up to, in the pre-market, got all the way up to 28.81. Cut in half. Yeah, so first of all, trade 55. What you're saying there is the acceptance is not 100%. Okay? So in the way you phrase that about WHO acceptance will come in 24 hours, okay? That's not what it says. It says it's being looked at. It's not saying it has acceptance and it's going to be in 24 hours. There is speculation that could happen, but that is not what it says. You see? A meeting with who, whether to grant emergency use, okay? Does not say it has happened. I know you're in it, but, you know, it's a little misleading what you just said. No, I don't short, excuse me, out of the price range I'm comfortable with. So the answer is no. But nice, nice. Also, but I look at this, I mean, did you short the stock or did you do calls or puts or? I mean, it looks great here, but I don't like the percentage move is not that great. That's one of the reasons why I wouldn't do it. But hey, congrats. All right, doesn't look like that BKKT is going to pop. Not shortable for me, unfortunately. This is turning into a better looking short right now. Teva. Somebody asked about is there news on Teva. I don't see any news specific to Teva today, but that is, yeah, it's starting to move down pretty severely. But I don't see any specific news on it. You know, it's really starting to give it up again. It had a little bit of a pop up, but you know, I'm sure a lot of people looked at this and thought, okay, maybe now. But boy, DWAC is, what is the low there again? 67.96. So it is below that low right there. Coming back down to earth. For a while anyway. All right, Hootie, a little bit of a move now. HUDI, a little bit of a move. U1. So the high yesterday, so this, yeah, I had to pull back kind of like the carve yesterday, CARV. So let's take a look, 1039. So it's above, it's at yesterday's high. The next high looking left, 1117. So it does have some room, low float. What's carve doing? Usually they trade in tandem. The answer is no. Okay, so Carve is not following. Look what Carve did yesterday though. Got up to 18, closed down here at 15 something. Usually they trade together, but not today, not yet anyway. But again, be careful. 8 million in the float. It hasn't really traded that much. 352,000 shares, 2.2 times normal, but really hasn't traded that much. So another one. So, okay, solar, okay, SOL on the way up. Wow, look at the volume that came in. That is coming into solar, SOL. Oh, yeah, the old Rene Sola. Haven't seen this one for a long time. All traders are looking at is, well, let's see, a few months ago, this hit $35. Could it happen again? Or get anywhere close? Look at the volume coming in. Wow, yeah. Big recovery for Snap. So yesterday's high was 56.15. So it's just a little bit above yesterday's high. The high before that, 67.8. Of course, got killed on earnings. Ad revenue way down through the 200-day moving average. So, you know, a bit of bottom feeding obviously taking place here. Okay, well, you've got a 2-bar pullback on the 5-minute chart for MYSZ. So the theory is if it can get over 228 anyway, stick an alert there, 228. Gets over that, that could get it running. It did, what did it hit? It hit 234 on the high. Of course, it looks like it's got a ton of room. It's hard. This is sort of exponential on the monthly chart, so it's very hard to see. I have to back up the weekly chart to kind of see. Yeah, I have to go back to April of last year before we see these highs. CPHI, let's see, CPHI, somebody perfect circle in our YouTube room, CPHI breaking out. Okay, yeah, I just don't look at the ones under $1, but hey, it's breaking out. Wow, this has got room underneath, guys. BXS, it's an earnings play. This has got room underneath, so it's through the 200-day moving average, and look left on the daily, and I think, yeah, so 29.24 is the next low looking left, and then after that, way down here, 28.47, that's the BXS. It's an earnings play through that 200-day moving average that did not hold it up. All right, little pop here for Hootie. See if we can get some volume and get back up to these levels. Might have another run in store. Yeah, like many things, you look at some of these things and you say, man, it's up 80%. How much further can, how can it go any further? But it's the float, of course, 9 million in the float. I mean, we've seen stocks that are up at 2, 3, 400%. I'm not saying this is going to happen with this one, but I think the longer it bases, just over this 2 level, and as always, I have my alert set in this up at 228. So if it took it out, but it would have to do it on volume. You'd have to get a big volume burst to take it out and get the enthusiasm, make sure the enthusiasm is still there. I mean, 93 million. So it has traded the float 7.5 times. Mr. Real, good morning. BXS continues its move down, guys. Earnings play could just inch its way down. This is another earnings play, CADE, C-A-D-E. Yeah, so remember what I was saying, when we get into earnings season, we're going to see a lot more activity, of course. And so here's another one, breaking down through the 200-day moving average on earnings. Not unlike the BX. And so these are banks. BXS and CADE, they're both banks. Well, and I didn't even notice. So Saul actually showed up my option scanner at 8:57. So, I mean, look at the volume that's coming in. Another minute for this, or less than a minute for this candle to close. Another 9 seconds for this candle to close. So when we look left, yeah, so 9:30 on the monthly chart looks like the next high. 9:30 on the monthly chart. Have to back out on the weekly chart to kind of look to see. Yeah, 9 right there and then 10 right there on the weekly chart. So, I mean, it's got a little bit of room, but I mean, it's pretty parabolic right now, obviously. And yes, this is shortable for me at Interactive Brokers. BXS, guys, marching down. My guess is Cade could do sort of similar. Well, just look at the ETF for solar, TAN, and then that'll give you your answer, perfect circle. Yeah, I mean, there it is. So it's resting, basing up here. But before it was a great fade, it was a great alert from the option scanner, LIDR. All right, guys, it is now 11:32. I just want to confirm that Michael Noss will be in our YouTube room at 12 to take over from me. BXS, guys, and I think let's take a look at Cade. Is it doing the same? Yeah, Cade and BXS. They're a couple of banks, couple of, I guess, regional banks, just moving down. Both of them broke down through the 200-day moving average. Both really have no support for a while. So a lot of these SPACs now are just completely and utterly giving it up. By the way, if you're hearing me say SPAC over and over again and you're wondering what it is, just take a look. SPAC, it's an acronym. Look it up. You'll see what they're all about. Is KC a bank too? Let's take a look at KC. No, okay. I'm just looking at both CADE and BXS, guys. You could have taken your pick on a short, either one of them. Yeah, a little bit of a SPY move down here now. After really the gap up pre-market, market opened, little move up, basing most of the day, and now a bit of a move down. So if you're in anything that kind of tracks the market, obviously be careful. My size getting, again, interesting. I know some of you are in it already. And you just wanted to see if there are shorts available. At IB there are. Oh, yeah, 3 nice shorts here. I mean, the KC, the BXS, and the CADE from the 10-day daily breakdown. Now, this is coming, you would think, coming into a support area, 25.69, but maybe not. If it takes that out, I mean, look out below for KC. It's not an earnings play either. Not sure why it's doing it. There it is, guys. There's the my size, big area. Did it do it on volume? Not really. Not really on volume, but let's see if the volume really picks up. There it goes, guys. There goes my size. Volume picking up. Okay, Zach. I don't believe you, but okay. All right, guys. Well, there was the plan, right? At 230, at 220 odd level, 228 level. What is it looking left? MYZI or ZI? MYZ SZ. Let's see. I've got to back this out a bit. There's a monthly right there, $2. So 348 on the monthly. Now I'm not saying it's going to get to 348. So there's on the monthly. Have to back this out a little bit more on the weekly to see if that kind of is the same. 275. It looks like 275 is the next high on the weekly chart, okay? So that could stall it. So you got to trade it. Well, I don't see 5. That's a double from here. Hey, listen, let's cheer it on, but I'm only going to say it one more time. I mean, if you took this, around where I was talking about right here, that 225 mark, I mean, that's a nice percentage move already. So, now look at Hootie, guys. Hootie back into the 17 level. Yeah, with your 3-cent stop stack. I'll accuse you of doing 3-cent stocks like stops like Becca accuses me of doing the same. 4-cent. Okay, I hit the post. Just a minute, guys. I'll be right back. thank you. Mute. You're right. Sorry. On mute. So the MYS said, I mean, hey, you gotta love it, guys, when a bit of a plan comes together. See, we were talking about that little 2-bar pullback right there on the 5. And then getting up to this level right there, above the high, right around that high of that 5-minute chart. And then seeing what happened. And, well, we see what happened. And the volume came in. Well, I think this has to be my stock of the day. The one I'll talk about because just because of the way it's set up. So even if you thought, wow, I really missed it. Who said, where is John? Was it you? But how can we buy it when it's already up 80%? Wasn't that you? Somebody said that. And I said, I gave the yeah, but. I did not quote the A-team. If I did, it was just a coincidence. Yeah, no, somebody said that. I think it was John. 11:26, John R. My only concern is already up 80%. And I know you were just bringing, I know, I'm not trying not jumping on you or anything. But I said, hey, listen, many times, especially with that float, so what? Some of, at the end of the day, I don't know where this is going, but from 80% to 140% now? Oh, is that A-team? Okay. I never really watched it that much, I just, so. Wow. And yes, I'm in it. I can't tell anybody to take the trades, all right? I just laid it out. I said 2-bar pullback. I'm going to put an alert right there at the high of that bar. And if we start getting some volume coming in, it will really get me interested in taking the trade. This was on right here, sorry, the 5, not here, but here. So look at the volume that came in, exploded it up. Yeah, but you'd be surprised, Keg, how many people say you're an, I'll sort of paraphrase it, but you're an idiot for looking at stocks that are, and I'm not dumping on John. I mean, John was just pointing that out. But a stock is up 100%. How can you trade it? How can you think it's going to go up further? Easy. You don't just chase it. It's got to come from some kind of a pattern. And if there's still room when you look left, for me anyway, and the volume is surging in, hey, these things can go from 100% to 300%. Meanwhile, is this Canon? Is this Canon? Yeah, Canon and Xerox. Boy, a couple of old school companies, guys. Canon and Xerox just getting thumped here on earnings. CAJ, sorry, and Xerox. I think Xerox is earnings also. Yeah, so they're both getting thumped on earnings. See, I knew Zach couldn't stay away. That is, yes, 11.5. Yep, 11.5. Somebody asked what the float turnover has been. So yeah, you just divide 9.72 into 112 million and you get, approximately, looks like around 11.6. I'm not in this one, but CAJ and Xerox, both so weak. These could easily turn into second day continuation down on earnings. Like, why is anybody going to buy this? Big float, 1 billion in the float. That is correct. That is correct, Becca. End of today, not a rolling 24 hours. All right, guys. Hootie on the way back. Maybe Zach's prediction may come correct. What do you think, Zach? Just need a volume burst. See the volume? It just needs a big volume burst to pop it up, I think. Such a low float. That's all it would take. Hallelujah, guys. I mean, look at this. It doesn't trade options. That's why it's not on my option scanner, but man, oh man. Great percentage move. MYSZ. And yes, I'm saying Z. Now, if you're wanting the downside, there's Xerox and CAJ. Xerox, XRX, and CAJ. Those two banks are still looking bad. BXS and CADE, looking on the downside. All right, guys. Well, I'll be taking my break soon. What a morning. Let's see. I'm going to put the YouTube link in. If you guys want to head over there while I do take my break. Michael Noss will be there. I haven't gone over Brokers Plus at all today. You want to ask about this window that we see here called Brokers Plus? You can do so. He'll be there. He's way more experienced with it than I am. I'll pop in the Brokers Plus link. So you want to trade your Interactive Brokers account or E-Trade account. If you have any one of those, you can use this window to trade. And I just popped the video in, or the link to two videos. First video, the short one, shows you how you connect to an Interactive Brokers account or E-Trade account. Second one goes into way more detail about how to use this, and also, of course, for paper trading. Simulation trading, okay? Also, before I go, We still have the good promo on. And I hear our relief blowers are going to be in full force today. Okay, and again, there's a promo code. Should be good to the end of the month, which is rapidly approaching. Okay, so there's 25% off the first month only or the entire year. As I say, what I would do if you're unsure of this product, do not take out an annual subscription. You can always start off with a monthly subscription, standard. Try us out for a month. You'll get it for $118, less than 25%. If you like it enough that you want to upgrade to an annual, if you do it within 30 days, we'll honor the 25% promo code. If you don't like it, you just unsubscribe, no problem. And remember, that 25% discount is only good for the first month though. So if you decide that, you know what, I'll just go month to month, this is what you'll pay going forward, depending on what plan you take. Because you can't trade on the weekends, but you can use the product on the weekends. Okay, I use it on Saturday and Sunday all the time, scanning for potential setups for the following week. So I use it all the time on the weekends. So there. Well, but seriously, we get that. We get that. Meanwhile, boy, on the other side, we had the shorts that were awesome, and now we've got Perry, another earnings play. I mean, it's not an all-time high, 2-year high now, 2-year high for Perry. Looks like back here, 28.32. So yeah, so it's above that high right there. So yeah, 2-year high for Perry. All right, guys, I'm just going to get my announcement in. Yeah, well, it's a big pullback now for my size. Big pullback. That 3, couldn't get through that 3 yet anyway. Of course, I've been trading it, okay, guys? I keep saying it. You've got to trade these. You can't expect they're just going to, just because I say there's, the next high looking left is 340 or whatever, and the stock's at 270. Doesn't mean it's going to get there. All right, guys, I think Michael is ready for me. Okay, I see you, Michael. Okay, I'll stop streaming. Have a good hour, Mike.